footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunters off the playbook, breaking down an NFC Divisional playoff matchup between the Giants and the Packers. Let's look at the Giants' offensive game plan against Green Bay. Where they can have some success is with the running game. I like what I saw last week against the Falcons. The interior play of the offensive line, interior offensive line play was outstanding. Guard to guard, they did a great job of getting to the second level, opening up lanes for Bradshaw and Jacobs, who I think had two of the biggest turning points of the ball games. When they broke those long runs, that was the turning point that turned that game around. I think that's where they can have some success against Green Bay. Now you look at the first matchup, they were able to throw the football at ease against Green Bay. The problem was they couldn't run to chew out the clock. This is where I think they can have an advantage by running the football downhill against Green Bay and force Green Bay to play physical at the point of attack and not stay sexy in getting after the quarterback. I think that's the big advantage they have, and I like the fact that the other receivers stepped up in the absence of Cruz's production. Was a non-factor against the Falcons. Nix and also Manningham did a great job of stepping up. Now let's look at the Giants' defensive game plan in this matchup against Green Bay. The Giants match up well with the Green Bay Packers want to do on offense. Their wide receivers are not burners, they're physical. The Giants have a physical secondary. Man coverage, tight man coverage, that gives your defensive line the advantage of getting after Rodgers and also forcing Rodgers to be an accurate passer throughout the ball game. Also, the corners have to make sure they do not give up inside release. We talk about this all the time. If you stay on the inside of the wide receivers of Green Bay, not only do you use the sideline as your friend, Rodgers has to go over the top accurately against the type of coverage, and it gives you the safeties an advantage as far as getting over there in time to knock the ball away or pick it off. So I think that's where the Giants have to look at how they play the Packers on defense. Now let's look at the Green Bay Packers offensive game plan. Green Bay has to come in, and one thing that they didn't do all season that Mike McCarthy is a great play caller in doing so is the screen game. The Giants want to be aggressive. The over-aggressive nature of the New York Giants defensive line, they can get washed away by the screen pass. If you can slow down that pass rush by getting the screen game going with those backs out of the backfield, Grant and company, I think they can have some success. Now Green Bay has to also realize that the running game can be their friend. The Giants want to be pass rushers. They want to get aggressive. Yes, they slowed down the Falcons run. I think you look at Ryan Grant has much better burst than Michael Turner, who's still trying to get to the line of scrimmage right now. So I think the Green Bay Packers can have some success as well in running the football. Now, you have to look at where the Giants are weaker. I think they're weakest as the nickel and dime corner, so you have to keep these guys in spread formations. Now, defensive game plan for Green Bay against the New York Giants, you look at what the Giants do well. They operate well off play action. They throw short to intermediate. They don't throw deep. Short to intermediate, and they rely on their receivers to make one miss and get to the house, i.e. the Hakeem Nicks touchdown. Now you look at Green Bay's aggressive nature. If you're going to get pass rush, if you're going to blitz Eli Manning, you have to make sure you blitz from within. Eli does a great job of escaping outside the pocket and getting the ball away, and he shows some of that New Orleans athleticism and making runs outside the pocket. But the Green Bay Packers defense, I look at the secondary. Woodson and company, these guys have to play at least cover 4 to keep everything in front of you and force Eli to drive the football down the field. And that way you look at the playmakers that they have back there, they can drive on the football and come away with interceptions. X factors in this ball game for the New York Giants has to be interior defensive line play. No one's talking about how the D tackles played exceptionally well against the Falcons. That was vital in stopping a run. X factor for the Green Bay Packers has to be safety play. Tight end play is going to be vital against the Green Bay Packers. I think Ballard's going to have a better game than he did against the Falcons. So safety play has to be important when stopping what the Giants want to do on offense, because you're going to 9 times out of 10 be that field guy to take away the run. Huge game right here. Giants could have won the matchup in the earlier meeting this season. I'm actually going with the Giants in this game. Again, still week 13 or whenever they played, and now I think they still match up well with the Green Bay Packers. I think the Giants go up to Green Bay and play a well-balanced offensive game and are able to get that extra stop on defense due to the play of their defensive line. For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan. Follow me on Twitter at FBallGamePlan and listen to the Football Game Plan radio show, which airs Saturdays 11 a.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan.